From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Louie B.
All right, well, it's another day, and it's another Ticats re-signing to tell you about. This time it's Tunde Adeleke, the safety for the Ticats, and he's joined. We're joined with him now. And Tunde, congrats on the new deal. Tell us just kind of how it all came together.
Appreciate it, actually. I can't even lie, like, there's nowhere else I wanted to play instead of Hamilton, so it was pretty easy to get the deal done. I wanted to be here, and I feel like the team wanted me back, so we got it done as quick as possible.
This secondary really, they really built something special. And even when guys went down and when guys were dealing with injuries and, Mike Daly was dealing with an injury all season long, getting back in the Grey Cup. I mean, how important was it to have that, something that you built that you get to come back to in 2022 and continue to build on heading into this new season?
I think that's a big thing Coach O instills in us. It's just like the next man up mentality. So, like, no one is comfortable with being the backup. It's always like, I might get my opportunity. And every team and every CFL player knows that, like, eventually something's going to happen and someone's going to get the opportunity to step up. So I think that's one of the best things about our team is just the guys are always ready and the coaches keep them that way.
And really, it's such a great mix of that experience and then the new guys coming up, and even Cam Kelly, who I know is kind of an honorary member of that secondary with the position that he plays. But, Stavros Katsantonis, what was that like for you to see kind of the development of players as someone who's been in the league and get to see guys kind of make that next jump to the next level? Des Lawrence throw in there too as well.
Yeah, it's always like a great thing to watch, like, because you're with these guys almost every day. You're with these guys more than your family. So to see them grow as a player and as a person, it's something amazing. And it's like another point of the game where I guess the fans don't really get to see, but like the guys in the locker room do. So like guys like Cam, who first time in the CFL, it's a whole different game, And by the end of the year, he's probably one of the best Sams in the league. Stavros, his rookie year, is starting all playoffs, making plays. So it's a great thing. And Des, obviously, our rookie of the year. So it's just those guys making plays is amazing.
Yeah, and for you personally, having played in the league, have you seen yourself kind of take more on a leadership role? Have you kind of felt that with these young players around and with your experience that it's almost an internal thing that you've stepped up to be more of a leader on this group?
Yeah, I guess so. Like it's weird because I'm not like the most vocal guy. I'm not that rah-rah guy, but like I didn't even take it in, but I guess I've been in the league for a little bit. I don't even notice it. It still feels like I'm a young guy in the league. But yeah, I feel like at this point, like guys look to me because I've been here for so long and I've been on some successful teams. So yeah, I think some guys look at me for some leadership and I like to think that I carry myself in a proper way.
And of course, that the position that you play at safety there, you're usually telling people where to go anyway. So it's almost a built-in part of playing that spot. And we know you do it so well. What did you learn about yourself this past season, either as a player? I mean, the 2021 was with the restrictions and the different rules that were in place. It was a challenging year. The season you guys had with ups and downs. What did you learn about yourself as a player or a person?
I think every year I always learn something new about yourself, just something you need to work on and things like that. But I guess as a person, it's just how much I depend on that actual interaction of like player on player and actual player on coach, not through the meetings and things like that. Like I feel like last year wasn't the easiest year for all of us to like grow as players just because how separated we were. So I'm excited to go into next year. Hopefully things are a bit more normal. I never know how it's going to be, but at the end of the day, we're going to put our best foot forward and everyone has to go through the same thing.
And there's something to be said in a year that was so abnormal. We've gotten trickles of guys who are coming back. We expect to hear some more signings. There it seems to be like you guys have said there was no place I'd rather want to play. There's no place I'd rather want to be. There's no one I'd rather play alongside. How has that been built? What is it about Hamilton that's this has been created that guys just don't even want to test free agency anymore?
Yeah, like it's hard to say. Like I don't know, it's just something about the team and the city and like the fan base, like everything about it. Like when the season ended, like I'm thinking maybe I go into free agency, but then the thought of playing on a different team in a different city is just it doesn't feel right. Like the way Coach O coaches us and all the coaches coach us, and then the way the city gives back and we're able to give back to the city, it's just something different.
You mentioned the coaches. It was Coach Butts back there in charge of the DBs. What about him got the best out of you guys? You mentioned it was tough. You weren't always in the same room with your DC, but I know that that DB room was special. What did Coach Butts? What was he able to get out of you this year?
I think the best thing about Coach Butts is he still feels like a player when we're in the room with him, right? So he's not far off of that, and it's just relatable. So like he the way he coaches us, and he's always looking for new things. And when we struggle in one game, the next day he's talking about how we can do a drill to fix that and how like precise he is. So I just think like his first year being a DB coach, he was a great coach, and hopefully we just keep on going together.
You mentioned the team. You mentioned that your teammates. You mentioned the fans, but you mentioned the city as well. What is it about the city of Hamilton that you've kind of fallen in love with here? We've kind of been here around the same time last few years. We've noticed an obvious resurgence about this city, but what is it about this city that's become home to you?
It's just like when you're walking around the city, you're shopping in the city. It's the fans coming up to you, and like even if you have a bad game the week before, they're rooting for you, and you can see the support. And when you talk to them, most of them are fans from 20 years, maybe 30 years. Like it's deep in like the heart with Hamilton. So I don't know, it's a lot of love here, and I appreciate that.
All right, all that love. What do you want to say to all those fans in the city and elsewhere who are loving that you are back? What's your message to Ticats fans?
I'm excited to be back. I hope you guys are all excited to fill up the stadium every regular season game and then into the playoffs, because the last 2 years we've fallen short, but we have a plan. We're going to get back to it, and we're just going to keep pushing.
And I noticed it's a 2-year deal, and I know that the Grey Cup is coming back in 2023. I know you want to win in 2022, but having gotten so close last season, you have to be a little extra motivated to get it done at home next season.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But it's one season at a time, right? So, like, hey, the plan is to get it this season and get it next season, All
right, we'll win it in Saskatchewan, and then we'll win it back here at Tim Hortons Field. Tunde, thanks so much for doing this. Once again, congrats on the new deal. I know Ticats fans are excited. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you. Appreciate you for having me.